So it's been a couple weeks now since I saw the Wagner Ring Cycle by the New York Metropolitan Opera, and I've got to say it is a very, very good production and it's really nice work. Um, the Rheingold is very long. It's a over 3 hours long, and there is no intermission. The great thing about the New York Metropolitan Opera is you are not allowed back in after the doors close, and you have to go wait for another intermission. So for a 3 hour long opera, it is, I'll make sure you empty your bladder first. So it's just really, really. First things first, it is sung in German, the entire thing. But the Metropolitan Opera is great enough to actually provide a system to give you subtitles that are pretty close to real time. So you can actually have an idea of what they're actually singing instead of just relying on the playbill plot summaries as they go on. The entire ring cycle is one thing you could call it is the folly wonton, or Walton, or the dramatic equivalent to Odin. So Rheingold starts off. It's actually quite amusing. It's a captivating mermaid sequence where three mermaids rise from the set and to hang in the air, and then they have a voyeur in the name of some dwarf that comes in and just tries to capture them because he's fallen in completely love or lust with them. Unfortunately, they keep on teasing him until afterwards they say, you know, and then they get back to work trying to go do their duty guarding the Rheingold. And the thing about the Rheingold is if you melt it down, you can get lots of power. Power to find more gold and supposedly the power to rule the world. However, you have to forsake love in order to get to the Rheingold to make a ring for you. However, this bites the Rhine maidens in the ass because their jilted admirer has now decided to forsake love because, again, he got jilted and couldn't pursue the beautiful mermaids, or Rhine maidens, or they were presented as mermaids during the production. And he steals the Rheingold, which was glimmering in the waters of the Rhine and shone as brightly as the sun. And the lighting effects for that was particularly amazing. So afterwards, you go up to what will later be known as Valhalla, and you realize that Wotan having a dream, he wants his badass crib. So it's a fort, and it's made by a bunch of frost giants. Now, as I mentioned earlier, Wotan, being the fool, promises as wages a something he really shouldn't afford to give away. He promises away Freya, the maiden of youth and the tender of the golden apples, to the frost giants. Now, there's only two frost giants shown, and so only one frost giant will actually get the girl. But of course, this deal pisses off his wife because he's trading in a family member for a bitch ass crib. So what's he gonna do? Well, all the other gods are like pissed off as hell and they want to start a war. But if Wotan breaks his word, then he's no longer a god and all hell will break loose. So he sends out a demigod, Loge, to go and try and figure out, hey, I just fucked up badly. What can I do to make it up? So Loge scours the world and says, yo, my friend here, he promised away this lovely bride. Yo, you got any ideas on what we could do to like make it up to her, guys? Because this deal can't go through. So until finally he finds the Rhine maidens and they tells him about the jackass who traded in love for gold. So they make a deal with the frost giants. Say, yeah, yo, you give her back. This is guy he gave up on love for a crap load of gold. Frost giants are like, that guy's too tricky. We can't get the gold from him. So why don't you guys go do it, and then we'll give you the girl back. So they just take her as I guess as down payment, if not a ransom for all the gold. So Wotan, the king of gods at this time, and Loki have to go down to the depths of earth, or Nibelheim or whatever, to try and get the gold back. So the titular Rheingold gives amazing powers. It can give you a helm that can make you change into anything, and then so the dwarf has his brother Mime make this helm. His brother tries to steal it, and then the dwarf goes back and says, "Yo, bastard, that's mine. Give it back." And he just tears him a new one. It's like, "Yo, I could change it to this. I'm also gonna watch you. Fuck Big Brother. I'm bigger than him." And then he sends his boys out to go collect more gold, because his ring now has a, as I said before, a search function for more gold. So Loge and Woltan go up there, and then he goes up to Loge's like, "Who the hell are you?" It's like, "Yo, I'm the guy." Subtly, of course, goes, "Yo, I'm the god of fire. I've always been got your back. I was helped you make your forges and whatnot. So give me some respect." It's like, "Yo, that helmet you got is pretty sweet. Make you change anything?" So it's like the dwarf goes, "Yeah, watch me turn into a giant serpent." It goes like, "Rah!" The effects for that were pretty badass. It was it looked like a giant bone serpent, and from one end was the serpent's head, on the other end of the stage was the tail, make it seem like it was encompassing the entire freaking world. So after that, I was like, they trick him. You can go big and all. Can you shrink? Can you got enough magic to be small? And so they trick him to being coming to a little old frog, and it looks like a really big bloated canopy on the mat, and I was on the top floor, and you could still see it. It's pretty great. So funny. So anyway, after that, they do a nice sequence where they're running up to the running up above ground again, and then the stage transforms to be that. So that was kind of crazy, and it was actually very dramatic. So afterwards, they ransom away all the gold, and they're thinking, "Ha ha ha! I said I'd give away all the gold, but I plan on keeping this ring." It's like, "Ha ha ha ha! I said all your gold, asshole. Give me the ring too." It's like, "What, bastard?" So the dwarf decides to curse the ring, saying, "Yo, anybody who's got this is gonna get their ass kicked, because everybody else is gonna try and take their gold until it's returned to the rightful owner." Now it's interpreted to, literally the intent being it's going to go back to the dwarf, but really it means go back to the Rhine. But anyway, that's for later on in the saga. So afterwards they take the girl back and they say, "All right, I love this girl, so give me so much gold I don't have to see her again." So they pile and pile all this damn gold. So this fry is covered in gold, right? And then, but then Wolton decides, "Yo, I'm gonna pull fast, and I'm gonna try to keep this ring too." And then all that's left is a little eye left, right? One little eye. And it's just like, "Yo, I can still see her eye. Give me one more piece. Give me that damn ring, so I don't have to see her anymore." And then, and then Erde, the goddess, comes out and says, "Yo, you jackass, you're gonna keep that ring. You're gonna doom us all. You're gonna cause the end of the world." And so, like a relent, and at the end, Wolton relies give him the ring, and then the two frost giants, one of them kills the other for the rest of the damn gold. It's like, oh, Wolton's like, "Oh shit, that kind of sucks." And Loge is going like, "Yo, man, you make me break my word. You're supposed to hook the Rhine maidens back up with their gold." It's like, yo, Wolton's going like, "Yo, fuck that. I got this shiny ass crib. You know what? If they're gonna miss their Rheingold so much, tell them to look at my crib and see how it shines in the sky." And so they all go back up. So, so yeah, that's the end of part one of Rheingold. Part two was Das Valkyrie, and comes many years later. It's not as supernatural dramatic as Rheingold until later acts, but it was still pretty sweet. When I went, the Sigaland was had to be the, the actor for Sigaland was sick, so or no, he had an allergy attack, so they said he's going to keep on going until his death scene in Act 2. Unfortunately, he didn't make it to the end of Act 1, but they replaced him with a really good actor for his premiere as Sigaland. So, Act 1 of Valkyrie. It's 3 acts, thankfully, with intermission, so it's not as long endurance as Rheingold. It's you got this one guy. He just calls himself Sarah because his life kind of sucks. I mean, he lost his sister. He lost his mother, and because to robbers, I guess. He was traveling with his father, and his father got disappeared on him. And next thing you know, he keeps on getting into fights, and so he's running through the woods, and he comes by this place, and he's like, "Yo, I'm tired, man. I need something to drink. Can I crash here for the day, for the night?" And then the lady of the house comes in and says, "Yeah, you look familiar." And man, your story's kind of bad, kind of sad. As our custom here, we're gonna let you stay. We'll take care of you as a good host. And then he tells the story, and then the patriarch of the house comes in and is like, "Yo, jackass, you know those people you were inviting, people you killed earlier today? Yeah, I'm supposed to fight you too. And now I know you don't got no sword, but you better find something in the bottom morning, because that's when I'm gonna kick your ass and beat the shit out of you." So, so afterwards, Sigurd, I think it was anyway. It just was like, fuck, what was me? It was like, and then the girl goes, I heard, I heard that there's a sword out in the tree, and you get that, maybe that's gonna kick some ass. And then there's some story about it. It's like it was kind of like what was it? Like the King Arthur tale. It's like only a select person can pick it up. So next thing you know, oh yo, I could take this. And yo, girl, I like you. Why don't you be my girl too? It's like, and then like, you know what? What else? I know why you look familiar. You're my sister. So yeah, Act 1 ends with the act of twincest. Oh boy. Act 2 was actually pretty kick-ass and badass, because it actually starts off with the Ride of the Valkyries, da 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 da, and introduces what's her name, Brunhilde. Yeah, Brunhilde has got a mouth on her. The Wagner ring cycle has a lot little bits of humor in there, and it's just like really kick-ass. So it starts with Walton back again saying, "Yo, I'm scheming things up again, and I need a free hero." It's like, so those two down there, my 2 kids by another mother, aka the Walsungs, they're just the ones I need. His wife comes and is like, "Yo, jackass, even though they just committed twincest, and then I got a jilted husband out after him, like praying to me, just like try and right some wrongs here." And then Walton Ghost is like, "No, yo, I need this guy. I need this guy to win. I need him for the battles to come." It's like, I need a free hero. It's like, and his bride goes is like, "What the fuck? Even though he might not have had all your protection, he's got a fucking sword by yours. So, no, that's not a free hero. He's more of a servant." So he tells Brunhilde, "All right, I know I told you to make him win. Now he's got to die. Otherwise, my wife's gonna kick my ass, and I'm gonna lose all my power." So, Brunhilde meets up with the guy, and then while his sister's passed out, and it's just like, "Yo, you gotta die, but I'll take you to Valhalla, and we're gonna have a kick-ass party, and you're gonna get hooked up with all these meat and drinks and feasts." It's like, "Yo, is my sister gonna be there?" It's like, "No, she goes someplace else." "All right, then screw it. I'm gonna kill her, then I'm gonna kill myself, so I can spend more time with her." It's like, "No, wait. Bruno's like, "No, wait. Don't do that. Tell you what, I'll help you win." And then, fuck, what was that? Oh yeah. So, the jilted husband comes back. It's a loveless marriage, so earlier Walton said, "Hey, I don't believe a loveless marriage counts, so it's not exactly adultery, but, they did just commit to incest." So, Broomhilda tries to help out Sigurd out, but Walton comes back. He's like, "Yo, you see that sword? Bam!" Smashes it to pieces. and the poor guy gets killed by the jilted husband. And then the jilted husband starts like boasting. He's like, "Yeah, take that, bitch, take that. Yeah, Walton praised me. Walton has got my back." Walton just points at the fucker and he drops dead. And next thing you know, he Brunhilde just like runs away carrying the uh, the sister, actually it's her half sister too, mind you, away, and then up to the mountains. And then we have another Ride of the Valkyrie like sequence where a bunch of other Valkyries show up, and we find out, oh yeah, all of them like gathered warriors together, and they've got it's a wonderful production with flying horses. The stage itself is planks and turned to giant seesaws, and you could just see him going up and down, up and down. It was actually pretty breathtaking. After that, it's like, "Yo, why you got a live girl with you?" It's like, yo, girls, I need you to protect me, because Dad's pissed as hell." And like, oh fuck. So afterwards, you know, the father catches up. They send the sister off to the forest to try and hide away from Voltan, and also she's with child, so that's gonna be a part. So after that, Voltan's pissed as fuck. So the only choice is like, "Yo, you didn't fight me. You didn't do what I say." It's like, "Yeah, but I did what you wish. Yeah, yo, screw this. I'm gonna make you mortal, and then any guy who comes up to you is gonna make you his bride." I was like, "Yeah, asshole. Just do me." And then but Brunhilde calls for favor. "Just do me a favor. Can you make sure it's a brave guy? Like, surround me with fire so that only the bravest and guy who knows no fear can be my husband." I was like, "All right, fine, do that." And then the end of Valkyrie is just a really nice lighting sequence where an entire mountain turns into a image of burning flame to protect her. So after that is the adventures of young Siegfried, the spawn of twincest. I'm sorry, it's just so messed up that he's the spawn of twincest, and it's just really messed up their parental relationship. So Mime from the first act, the first opera Rheingold comes back, and he's going like, "Yo, I'm raising up this ungrateful bastard, and all he does is break shit because I'm trying to make a sword. I mean, these swords are good shit, but he keeps on breaking them." So you think Siegfried's gonna come in, but no, he sticks a bear on Mime. He was like, "What the fuck? You said he a bear at me?" It's like, "Yo, he's better covenant than you." And I'm like, "Ah, fuck." And it's like, "Yo, why can't you make me a good sword?" I'm like, "You're a dwarf miner. You're supposed to be good at this shit." It's like, all this shit, all the stuff you make just breaks in one hit. I can't even do a practice swing. I was like, "Yeah, whatever." And then they do a nice conversation on like who's better than who, and the relationship is just really dysfunctional. Apparently, Siegfried had to force Mime to teach him how to speak, so that was kind of crazy. And then afterwards, the Walton makes a wandering sequence where he, again, the custom at the time is you have to be a good host, and Mime is like trying to tell the guy to fuck off. So he says, "All right, fine, let's do a riddle contest." And it's like, "Yo, I'm a wise ass old man, a wise ass wanderer. So why don't you ask me anything and I'll answer?" So I kind of nodded off at this point because it's a little bit of repeat of the last two, where they do some exposition regarding, all right, who are the gods, who are the dwarves, and who are the frost giants. Kind of nodded in and off on that one. Oops. And then afterwards, Walton asks Mime's actually useful information. He's like, "Yo, who did Walton fuck up the most?" And that would be the wall songs. I forgot the second question. And then the third question would be, "Yeah, so who can reforge his sword? The Notom, nothing, the nothing sword or whatever." It's like, I was like, "Oh shit, I don't know." And then, mind you, they made this bet on each other's lives, so like, that was kind of stupid. So then it was like, "Yeah, all right, I'll tell you what, your head belongs to the guy who's gonna reforge his sword, the guy who knows no fear." And Mime realizes, "Oh crap, I forgot to teach that brat Siegfried fear." Siegfried comes back and realizes, I know why I keep on coming back to you, even though all that shit you make makes me puke and you disgust me. I want to know about my family. So he tells him, like, I only know your mother, and your mother carried this sword, that shattered sword. 1 3 4 is like, I can't. So, this. So, anyway, that's all I know about your mother. It's like she died and she was carrying the sword and she gave birth to you and named you Siegfried. And like, so, but here's the sword. It's like, all right. And then Siegfried goes on to, he shaves it down and basically reforges the sword. And then Mime goes, okay, you know what you need to know now? You need to learn some freaking fear. Fear? How do I learn fear? I'll tell you what, there's a dragon over yonder. That used to be the frost giant that has the ring from Nibelheim. And you go fight him, and then maybe he'll teach you some fear. Alright, so after Siegfried reforges the sword, in Act 1, go to Act 2. Act 2 is the dragon hunting sequence. So, you know, Siegfried goes out to the edge of the forest. He's like, wow, this place is going to kick ass. And then a nice little sequence where between the Walton and the dwarf he stole gold from by regarding the frost giant. It's a really nice sequence. I just remember it's nice to remember that much about it. And then Siegfried comes along and he says, I'm here so you can teach me how to fear. It's like, well, you don't know how to fear. I'm a giant kick-ass dragon. And they go and do battle, and guess who gets his ass kicked? It's the damn dragon. And then afterwards, it's like, oh shit, I got blood on me. Fuck, it burns. Siegfried being the idiot he is, decides to, I want to ease the pain on my hands of the blood I got by. So, Guillaume. No. So afterwards, he drinks some dragon blood. That used to be frost giant blood. And then all of a sudden, he learns how to read the hearts of others. And also bird chatter. So Imime comes in. He's with the whole plot to kill. He's like, drink this GHB shit, and then afterwards I'll steal the gold and kill you. Siegfried now has the power to read hear the heart's intent. It's like, it's great that you're about me and honest and that you hate me, but why you want to drink poison me? He's like, I didn't say that. It's like, yeah, you did. It's like, oh fuck. It's like, all right, for trying to kill me, I'm gonna kill you. Yeah, but dead. So out of that, the Siegfried takes only 2 things. He takes the ring of Nibelheim and then the helm of Talahong or whatever, Talaran, I think. Afterwards, he goes like, oh fuck, what the hell did I do? I didn't learn fear yet. Little birdie comes in and tells him, hey, why don't you go hook up with that Brunhilde? She can probably teach you fear. Act 3 is just Siegfried going out to the mountain where Brunhilde is. He meets Wotan. Wotan made a little curse of sorts saying, anybody who fears my spear can't get past these flames. And then he pisses off Siegfried so much. What does Siegfried do? He takes the sword from Wotan and smashes his grandfather's spear of laws. It's like, yeah, I guess I don't fear that spear anymore. Of course, only the audience knows this. Next thing you know, he crawls up climbs his way up through the brimstone and fire, and then he finds a warrior draped in armor that's lying on the mountain floor, or whatever you want to call it. Next thing you know, keep in mind, he only met 4 people at this point. Mime maybe 5. Mime the dwarf, the bear mentioned earlier, Wotan, and the dragon, and you don't really want to count the bird now, do you? So, he finds this warrior on the ground, breathing heavy and not moving. So the first thing he does is like, trying to help, and then takes off the armor. He's like, oh shit, that's not a man. That's not a man at all. And I'm like, what? Well, fuck, what the hell am I doing? What the hell is this? My heart's racing. Am I scared? Next thing you know, the cliche kiss, and then Brunhilde wakes up and realizes, Oh damn! Some guy came to claim me, and he stripped me of my armor. What the hell am I gonna do? Oh wait, that's the embryo I saved. That was conceived right before I got put to sleep. That must be Siegfried, Siegfried the Brave. All right, I'm gonna hook up with him. Now keep in mind, Brunhilde is Wotan's daughter. Siegfried is Wotan's grandchild through two twins. So to spawn a twincest is hooking up with his aunt. Jeez, I don't even know how messed up that is. And end of Valkyrie. So next step is Damarag, which means Twilight of the Gods. I have honestly, I'm not quite sure how it means Twilight of the Gods, considering the plot elements don't exactly deal with said gods. Starts off with Siegfried going out to do more adventures in the world after he and Brunhilde profess their love. Unfortunately, love isn't good enough to deal with heavy drugs, because Siegfried somehow gets drugged, and he forgets about his girl. And then it's just like, yo, that girl. So he comes up to some king, and the king has a sister, pretty fly. So they drug him, and she's like, yo, that girl's kind of sweet. What can I do to get to tap that? And the king goes, that girl up on the fire? I could use her. That would really add to my glory. It's like, all right, bro. Let's swear out that we're blood brothers now. And, we'll just, go and get that. Keep in mind, the king's brother is actually half-brother that was spawned from the dwarf from earlier. So, that's kind of crazy. So, Brunhilde's all excited up again. It's like, yo, what the hell's that sound? Is that my Siegfried coming back? It's Siegfried, alright. But this time, he's wearing that shape-changing helmet. He looks like that king guy. And he just goes in, it's like, yo, you're gonna be mine, bitch. You're all mine. I got you through the fire. It's like, what the fuck? I was supposed to only belong to Siegfried. And, that's a nice ring you got. I'm gonna take that. And then Siegfried, as the king, takes the ring. And, and then, says, like, yo, off to your chambers. We're gonna do it tonight. And, supposedly, he kept a sword between them to keep the first night as, when he shape-changed chaste. So, afterwards, I think that was in Act 1. Act 2 was it's like, they come back and go back to the fort by the river on the Rhine. It's like, yo, I'm back. Yo, girl, you're mine. To the sister now. It was like, yo, what happened? It's like, yo, I got your bro hooked up with that Brunhilde. It's like, oh, how did you go through all the fire? It's like, no, I did that. And then, why did you hook up with her? It's like, no, I kept my sword between us. It's like, all right. Brunhilde comes. She's pissed as fuck because she just got kidnapped, pretty much. And then she goes in. This is like, she sees her husband hooked up with someone else and carrying the ring that he stole back the night before. It's like, you jackass, you're the one who stole me away. That's my ring. The ring gave it to me by my husband. And they're like, and then they all swear an oath. And then somehow at the end of Act 2, they all the wife, Brunhilde, the dwarf spawn, and the king conspire on a way to kill Siegfried. Act 3 is exposition regarding Rheingold, episode 3, which was the Siegfried saga, on how Siegfried came to fall in love with Brunhilde. Upon that, and they got to that point because they drugged Siegfried again with another drug that gave him back his memories. And the justification for killing him was like, yo, he had earlier sworn an oath saying, yo, I didn't touch that girl. So, Siegfried dies. And then his second wife decides, and his brother-in-law from the second wife somehow gets killed. and because he got pissed off, and I think the second wife died of grief. And then afterwards, Brunhilde decides, all right, I'm going to go kill myself, and then this cursed ring, the Rheingold maidens can take it out after it's been purified in the funeral pyre. And then somehow the funeral pyre fire goes up to Valhalla and burns the gods and his army of fallen warriors to the ground, thus it being Goten Damarok. So, yeah, again, I don't know why it was a Twilight Gods. I mean, it was pretty epic end to the story. So, wow. I mean, it's such an amazing thing. And, well worth the multiple trips to Metropolitan Opera for it. You could spend an entire day doing this thing. But I mean, it's a lot. The set production itself was a very nice set. Minimum. The overall platform is pretty crazy. They have one sequence where they actually look like a giant. The entire stage is set to like a giant loom. You have the spinning wheels and whatnot. The costume is pretty exquisite. The vocals were amazing. I was in the top floor family area, and the audio was very clear. And for a moment, I kept on thinking it was a microphone, but I don't think so. I think it was all natural talent, and so that was insane. And it's a pretty good deal. The Metropolitan Opera does have rush tickets, so if you see a guy selling tickets outside, don't necessarily buy from them. You can just go into the office and try and buy tickets at the box office there and do the rush program. And it's pretty cheap. So, I mean, that is one option available. It was, right now, it's like, the thing is also known for something called Lemmy motifs. So it's like a nice musical introduction for each character. It characterizes who's about to speak, who's about to have a dramatic part. I mean, the only one I really remember is the Broomhilda one, because that's Ride of the Valkyrie. Yeah, that was pretty. Oh man, it's just really, really memorable. And then the scale of the vocal range that they have to do while doing the Hota Ho Ho thing is very, very. It's incredible. It's like an opera sequence in Fifth Element. This is like almost out of this world. So, yeah, it's a great sequence, and I'm glad I got to see it. And I hope you enjoyed my bastardized summary of Rheingold.